Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Uncut Gems. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, that Movie Guy 365. Okay, Uncut Gems is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by the Criterion Collection. It can be found at your local Barnes & Noble, as well as Amazon and Criterion's website. Now, as far as the film itself, this movie, what can I say? It's directed by the Safdie brothers, stars Adam Sandler, and in a word, it is intense. This film, it was totally unexpected for me. I mean, I am a fan, of course, of Good Time, you know, that the previous film that the Safdie brothers directed. And when you compare Sandler's performance to his other more dramatic roles, such as over in Punch Drunk Love, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, you know the man can do some good range. And while there's a lot of his straight-to-Netflix movies that are very popular, I really enjoy his performance in Uncut Gems. I think it's raw, it's very, very gritty, and the story just keeps you like almost holding your breath the entire film. I like it a lot. I think after rewatches several times, it just really, it just has one of those like qualities. It's tragic in its way, and it has so much great performances. I'm a big fan of the movie. What can I say? Sandler can act when he needs to, and we know the Safdie brothers can do a good film. So put those two things together, you're going to get something that's pretty memorable. And I think there's really overall a lot to enjoy here, although it can be a little bit heavy at times and somewhat chaotic as far as just the situations go. But yeah, Uncut Gems, definitely check this one out. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first let's do a quick unboxing. All right, we have the 4K Ultra HD edition of Uncut Gems from the Criterion Collection. I like the artwork. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. So, yeah, it's very, very nice. Then we have the back cover and the spine. An interior. It took me a minute to figure out, like, these were the close-ups of the Furbies. And then we have the discs, and then we have the booklet included. So I actually really like this booklet. I'm going to go over it probably later today, read the info, but yeah, I think overall it looks really cool. Very nice presentation. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Uncut Gems on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 239:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution in HDR10 and Dolby Vision for the grading. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, this movie has a very fine layer of film grain, which makes it look very filmic. And the overall appearance of the 4K disc is exceptionally clean. Uncut Gems may not be the most colorful of movies, but when it is featured, the palette is nicely enhanced here with Dolby Vision. The interior of Howard's shop, the pink accents on the walls, the bedazzled Furbies featured in the movie look excellent. And clothing choices worn by the various characters really have a natural appearance and at times are very, very rich. And the scene where Howard is visiting his associate at the weekend's nightclub performance, the blacklight, the clothing is vibrant, it looks excellent, and just the overall palette is nicely rendered with 4K Dolby Vision. Black levels look excellent throughout the film. Nighttime sequences look great when Howard's being locked in the back of his car and he has to call his ex-wife to get him out, and other similar situations at night look very good. And shadow detail is also very much on point. Also, the scene where Howard's at the family dinner and it contrasts the lighting sources nicely, and generally speaking, shadow detail looks excellent. The film often relies on a lot of intense close-up shots, and as a result, the 4K resolution really shines. Facial features, skin textures, cuts and bruises, sweat, they stand out very nicely, as do other close-ups such as the opal or clothing. They all benefit. The 4K resolution is top-notch here, and it definitely is upgraded here for 4K. Uncut Gems on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray supports a Dolby Atmos audio presentation. Now, this movie has a lot going on at any given moment, and the surround sound field is pretty much constantly engaged. The electronic-based score is at times, though, a little overpowering at the result of loss of dialogue. So sometimes when there's a lot of intense situations, it's a little hard to understand what's being said. That may be a design choice from the directors, but overall it can sound a little bit jarring. As I just mentioned, dialogue sometimes can be a little difficult to understand in the center channel, but otherwise it sounds very good. And the front speakers, they're complementary to the center and oftentimes employ a little bit of overlap with dialogue. At mid-level and rear speakers, there's a lot going on back there. A lot of ambience and atmospheric effects. The musical score really comes to life at, once again, the expense of the center, but it does offer a very immersive experience. And the high speakers, they're used mostly in a complementary fashion. I didn't have a whole lot of discrete channel activity up there, but they do, I would say, bring the whole surround sound environment together. And the LFE channel does provide a good amount of bass. The nightclub scene once again stands out with the vibrating beats of the music, and when the guys throw Howard into the roaring fountain, that situation will also give you a nice bit of low end. The LFE does an appropriate job, and I think it has a good energy. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Uncut Gems on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A+. I think this 4K entry from the Criterion collection is a reference quality disc. Colors look very bold and rich, black levels are excellent, and the 4K resolution gives you a nice visual enhancement. The movie, in my opinion, has never looked better, and the 4K format is the way to go. For the audio mix, I'm going to give this one an A-. Uncut Gems has a very energetic surround sound activity, sometimes though at the expense of the front end. The Dolby Atmos is a very good presentation, though as intense as the movie is, sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming. So that is my review of Uncut Gems on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from the Criterion collection. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comment section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.